Hey guys, happy Sunday. I'm doing this Saturday night, but I'm posting it on Sunday, hence why I have my yellow lights on. Sunday resonates to the color yellow for the sun. The sun is, our authentic self, our inner child. Um, Jumping right into the channeled messages, okay, while I was in meditation, I got this image of a little girl like approaching like this like house, um and I don't know why I thought it was like a daughter, okay, someone's daughter, and she was either neglected or abandoned, okay, but she was being welcomed back home, okay. And then I thought about that image, and the song by Avril Lavigne, Nobody's Home, came to mind. um and I don't know if you guys ever seen that music video, but it's like I think she ran away from home or she got kicked out of her home, and like it shows her like living in the street and like being forced to kind of like take care of herself like while out in the street, like while being homeless. um don't judge me, okay. My sister went through a gothic phase in high school, and Avril Lavigne, that she was a big Avril Lavigne fan back then. um so I used to knock with her on the low. A rap and a rocker. That's crazy. But yeah, that was the image I got. And then I felt like this heaviness on my throat, and it's like it was so heavy, like I'm still kind of feeling it now, like the after effects. And but it was like I was having like choking coughs, almost like I had like smoke inhalation. And then I thought the thought that popped up was throat chakra, okay. um I also got the messages about secondhand smoke or someone who smokes, okay. And then I heard smoke and choke. And back in the day, like they used to be like the saying, like, oh, don't smoke and choke, smoke and survive. Like I don't know if that's like resonates to anybody out there. And then I was out of meditation, and I was looking at, like, I have this like a Beauty and the Beast inspired like rose in a glass, and the song by Selena popped into my head called Como la Flor. And basically, like, the song is about how this person had a dynamic with someone, and like she knows that he's moved on, and that she knows that he has someone new, but it still kind of hurts her to think about like the end of the relationship, and like this guy just moving on right away after they, like, I guess, broke up. Okay, so those messages might be significant for someone out there. I'm gonna jump right into the collective energy reading. Collective energy readings I do mostly with oracle cards. I'm gonna say my little prayer because I didn't say it prior to me hitting record. Beloved angels and guides of 100% pure white light only, please tell me, hear, see, feel, and all the divine messages that wish to emerge through these readings. I ask for confidence, clarity, and compassion when conducting this reading for myself, for others. Please help me serve as a clear channel from the divine to the collective in order to relay messages for the highest good of all, for wherever they may be on their path. Please open up all my chakras so that I may receive these messages accordingly and conduct these readings in loving energy, not through my ego, with strength and courage and confidence. Thank you. Okay, let's see what the angel reading, I don't know why I said angel reading, okay. The general energy for the collective for November 18th, 2023. 18th and 19th, 2023. It's the end of energy. Yeah. Undecided energy off the bat. Oh. I'm gonna show you out of synchronicities, okay, in 1 minute. Whew. Can you build on the general energy, clarify the general energy? Yeah. Oh man. The synchronicity that I was talking about. Bottom of the deck, we got the sun. Yellow resonates to the sun. Sunday is for the sun. On top of that, my water bottle. Image of the sun. It's very significant. Okay. Off the bat, what I'm getting from these cards, this is some type of inner child healing. Someone's is conflicted about being on the right path. Like, it's like you're like in this anxiety. It's like one day you're fine, the next day you're not. One day you're fine, the next day you're not. It's like you toggle back and forth between this anxiety, okay, having to do with cornucopia. I see this card and I see Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving, okay. Number 11 resonates to being on the right path, okay. Cornucopia talks about abundance. It talks about prosperity. It talks about like reaping rewards, like like after the harvest, like you like you reap what you sow type of thing, but like in a good sense, okay. And I see now why you're like anxious, because like your root chakra, like you're undecided about your groundedness, stability, and safety. Like you're shaky, okay. You're questioning your stability. You're anxious about your stability. Root chakra talks about your finances too. Because if you don't feel stable inside, it reflects on your external. Okay. This has to do with some type of inner child healing where you feel, and it stemmed from your childhood. The reason why I say that is innocence is here, okay, and blessings are here to clarify the cornucopia card. So this is some anxiety that you picked up growing up, okay. You may have gone through some type of really complex trauma, okay, where it was kind of like drilled into your head about you not being able to do certain things, or you feeling like you are not enough. And like the channel message just said, that you were very, like, you might have been emotionally neglected or neglected in other senses, okay. where you question blessings, you question like where you are right now, you question like, okay, am I doing enough, do I have enough, am I enough? And then you kind of equate like what you have materialistically to who you are as a person. I feel like this is someone who grew up in a household where like responsibilities and money overseeded, like, how do I say this, like a parent was like more worried about like your basic necessities um than they were about your emotional and mental stability. And you basically like, you now equate money with love, you now equate like um instead of being able to like spend time with someone, like for example, like those, you know, those like those rich like parents that like buy, like they get nannies for their kids, they barely see their kids because they're like workaholics, and it's because, and they don't really spend much time with their kids. But like in this sense, it was because like there was a lack of money growing up for you or your family. Okay, so you grew up thinking like, you know, like someone who was always chasing money, your parents were always chasing money, and they kind of put like your emotional needs to the side. um yeah, and this affected your feelings, having to do with money, having to do with stability and security and safety, where now you don't feel like you ever have enough, you don't feel like you are enough, like based on like, I guess like your job title, or like the things that like you have or you don't have, or where you live or where you don't live. Like you're undecided if you're like stable, you're undecided if you're safe, like, and this has led you to like self-sabotage in a way, because like you've turned away from a lot of people, places, or things that you didn't necessarily have to, but because you were in this energy where you felt unsafe, where you felt insecure. Okay, because I can't say unsecure, it's insecure. You know, like when you're secure in an environment, with you're secure with a person, like you kind of just like, I'm hearing retreat in your shell. um and it's ironic that it's Archangel Michael that is, you know, overseeing the root chakra in this card. Okay, Archangel Michael is the archangel of protection. Okay, he protects um against energetic or psychic attacks. Okay, he's a protector angel. Okay, um he slices and dices negative entities. That's that's my boy right there. I'm always calling on Archangel Michael. Um and I'm also getting the message that our Archangel Michael like heavily protects you. Like you might not know this, or you might not ask for help for it, but he's there protecting you. Um you could be a person that like now you're just like hyper vigilant about like, let's say you're in a room full of people, you notice for any shifts, um emotionally or physically of people. Um, and you kind of like determine whether someone is safe or secure based on those actions, words, or like their mindset or how they carry themselves. Like you're very vigilant. Like you're very like, but I'm hearing to the extreme though, where it's like everybody is an enemy. Like it's not even like you even give people the benefit of the doubt. Like automatically they're a target unless you otherwise like see so. Let me pull out a card. I'm thinking back to the channeled messages. Can you clarify this reading, please? My card fell out. And get back to that. You can't save your face and your ass at the same time. Is there a secret you're keeping? Is ego keeping you from being honest about who you really are? Go ahead and admit where you effed up. Seriously, we're all F ups in some way. Welcome to being human. You do you, baby. I feel like you struggle a lot with who you are because of the Sun card. You struggle a lot with like showing people who you truly are off the bat. So you kind of like play this game of masquerade where based on who approaches you, you wear a certain mask. But it's more out of fear. It's not to be deceptive. But it could come off as deceptive because you're not being your true self, especially when someone can pick up on energies or vibes. It'll come off as you being deceptive, but it's just that you're really, really afraid. Like, you're so vulnerable, and you don't want anyone to see how fragile you really are. So you might do a lot of projection. And I'm picking up on that. I feel like you were so like broken down and made to believe that you were broken, but it was not. You have to understand that your parents tried to do the best that they could given their circumstances, and it's not. And I've made a video about this too. Like it's not like us parents, like we never feel like we're doing enough because the system was meant to be broken, was made to be broken. The parental family and the unit has been under constant attack for a very long time. This is a generational thing that was placed down on us. Okay, where we were meant to, like, we were given this, like, in the movies and TVs and films and music about these ideal love, romantic love, and having a family and, you know, being a cohesive unit and having kids and the white picket fence, to the collective kind of like having these high expectations, being shown these high expectations, and then the reality of it is completely different. That's why sometimes I struggle with like I love me some Disney movies, but like I feel like Disney movies like really mentally effed us up. Okay. I feel like you have been through the worst of the worst, mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm hearing even energetically and spiritually, where you strip down of like your spirit. Like even your spirit is like broken. Or was attempted to be broken. And this was our Archangel Michael is here. I'm getting tears in my eyes. Like somebody has been through really like some serious pain. And to look at you, you wouldn't even like, you would never, if somebody were to look at you, they wouldn't even know. Because your confidence and the way that you carry yourself, the way that you put this mask of an ego, like you would never even like think it. Let's see what else this entails. I feel like you've been wanting to come home when the lights turned off. That's confirmation. You've been wanting to come home for a long time. Some type of home that, and I'm talking about like some type of like sense of stability, security, safety, and groundedness that you consider home. And you feel like the lights have always been off. Every time you approach the door, the lights are off. Every time like you ring the bell, there's no answer. And that's why that song from Avril Lavigne came up, because just like you've been trying to like come home for a long time, and you were just like left outside. Like, wow. Sun sign. What's up with the sun, bro? Like, sun sign is very significant. Okay. Fire signs might be very significant. Aries, Leo, Sag. You might have these in your big three. Sun, Moon, Rising. Your Mercury. Your Venus. Your Mars, I'm hearing. I don't know why I'm hearing Pluto. Okay. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because like the whole secrecy about you and like who you truly are. Pluto has to do with like what you keep to yourself, like your taboo, like secrets, your hidden, deepest, darkest secrets that no one knows about. So you might have these fire signs, some in your Pluto maybe. Husband is very significant. Okay, this could be maybe that you're a husband and you're wanting to come home. And why I got the girl, it's probably because like this is like a feminine aspect within you. Okay, or your feminine duality within you, that is feeling neglected, or like some really deep rooted trauma or wounded inner child, but like the feminine of it. Okay, or this could be, you know, your husband. Okay, be an ex-husband. Okay, happy birthday might be very significant. Something may have happened on someone's birthday, or someone's birthday coming up, or maybe somebody's birthday. Yeah, I'm saying like you kept being turned away. Like you've always been turned away. Like you've never felt welcomed anywhere. Like you, even among people, among your family. Look, you can be in a room full of people and you never feel like you could belong, and you literally do belong. Like it's something about your worthiness. Like your, like I said, your stability, like you don't feel worthy, or that like you bring worth or value to the world, to society. Yeah, and these are feelings that you're feeling. You don't feel worthy of whatever it is that you have now, or like what you're working towards, or like what you've obtained thus far. Should I ask them? What is a main thing that is making the collective feel this way? What is making the collective feel this way? What is triggering the collective? Indecision. And it came out, so I decide. I can't. And some type of action. 8 talks about abundance and prosperity. 1 and 7 is 8. Talks about abundance and prosperity. So you're undecided about taking some type of action, okay? And I see the black and white horse here. You're weighing the pros and cons, okay? Whenever I see the white and the black like this too, I think about like dark and light aspects, okay? Yin and yang, okay? You're undecided about taking some type of action. This is making a domino effect in your life, where you're not feeling like you're enough. There's something that you need to do that you're undecided about. Like you're in between two roads. I'm hearing that quote. What is like, upon coming upon two roads, would you take the road less traveled by, or the road that everyone else takes? There's a quote out there like that. I'm not saying it word for word, but that's like the gist of it. You have to make some type of decision about making some type of action. You're undecided about this indecision too. And that's very like contradictory. It's like you're keeping yourself at a stalemate. Like you're holding yourself back. And I see that here with all these cards. Like you see like she's holding back. Like she's crossing her arms like this. Like she's a lot of crossings. Even too, like you see how like Archangel Michael's like holding it like the sword over his heart. And this has to do with some type of like blessing that you feel you don't deserve. You don't feel like you deserve this. You don't, and I'm so sorry that anybody ever made you feel that way, that you were not enough, that you and I feel like you keep coming across dynamics or people who kind of like trigger this thing in you for healing. Because you know, like attracts like. So you're gonna keep coming across these people until you kind of learn that lesson and kind of like decide to heal from that, okay? But only you can make that happen for yourself. Like, yeah, these 29 on my timer as I was saying this, these things happen to you, okay? But do you let it turn you bitter and you continue this cycle of hurt and pain and inflicting this pain and hurt onto others? Or do you let it make you better? And do you like, ¿cómo que se llama? Like, I was gonna say, superar. Like, do you let it propel you to succeed? are you going to play that victim for the rest of your life? Yes, everyone's been through hurt. Everyone's been through pain. Some of us hide it better than others. Some of us don't even look like what we've been through. Just like no one, like, you know, when those like mental health, like, diagnoses, then like you look at somebody as like, wow, like I would never think you had this because you carry yourself so well. Because a lot of us mask. Like, you know, like, and I speak from my own experience, like growing up, I masked a lot. And I can see that with my kid now, that he's like full blown like autistic. He masks a lot, where he comes home and he like literally lets me have it, because like he's put on this, you know, in society, like, and I always tell him like, be yourself, the world will adjust. But like the reality of it is that like this world needs to change a lot. And what I was I went on a tandem, but what I was basically like, the gist of it is that like a lot of people have masks, and it's not because they're being malicious or evil, is because they're hurt, and they're like, and some people lash out, and they're afraid. Some people lash out in negative ways, and some people mask also unhealthily, but they don't go around maliciously and intentionally hurting others. Once you see that pattern, you fix it, and you do better for the next person. No decision is a decision. You're choosing this. The next time that you think about, oh, why is my life this? Why is my life that? Because you're choosing this. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but you're choosing to stay in the pain. You're choosing to hold on to resentment instead of letting it go and letting God, per se, let Jesus take the wheel, let the universe, the angels, whatever, transmute it. You're choosing to wallow in that pain and that sorrow and victimizing yourself. Guys, I hope someone was able to obtain some type of clarity. I don't mean to dish out tough love. I really speak from experience and with the highest intentions, with the most loving intentions. So I'm sorry if this has triggered someone, or this has, really impacted someone, but it needed to be said. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm available for personal readings, parties, and events. All my information is within the description box. Be sure to check out my Etsy shop for spiritual items. It's also within the description box. I'm doing in-person readings 3 times in December at Crystals Unlimited in Stanford. Discounted readings in person, and also selling discounted items as well. Be sure to check out those flyers. But the next time I'll be there will be the weekend of December 9th and the 10th. And that's it. Take care, guys. Bye.